this and that and what the fuck else, episode 73. In this one I'll be talking about pestilence and my favorite topic, the global reset, and I've got some gender stuff here to show you, and then a few things about the Ukraine and the UK and the US, and there's a what the fuck that covers a topic that I have had as well, what the fucks previously, but they provide me with a steady stream of what the fucks. The first one is this one, and it's about the pestilence, and as you know by now, it's a dangerous topic, but just watch that image there, and the poster said, baffled. Doctors are baffled after 18-year-old athlete suffers cardiac arrest during a tennis practice. Now, why are they baffled? And then this was quite interesting, and it's a pity that I can't read all the stuff on this topic. You must stop the video and read through it. But it is actually amazing that this type of info is currently making it onto the pages so that more people can read about it. The new study claims to have determined the pestilence origin. The pestilence that caused the sickness was most likely created in a kitchen, and this is from German and American scientists. Well, I don't think that there is any doubt about it anymore. The tragic part is it is still being pushed onto us, and I haven't seen one single person getting nailed for what they did. And then this gender thing. Two biological males kissing each other as they celebrate stealing the first and second place in a women's race. Now, I am absolutely stunned. Where are the feminist movements now? But they have got a lot of things to say. But the truth is, they took women around the world on this crazy feminist train, and now they've dropped them in the shit. Look at the results here. How is that possible? How can that be allowed? But fortunately there are countries and there are states in America where this is not allowed. And you will not try this shit in Russia, that's for sure. But this one is really nauseating. Just look at that picture. The poster said, horrific, save the children. What the actual fuck is that? How is it possible that decent people can allow this, can tolerate this? This must not be tolerated. And then we get to the global revolution, my favorite topic. And this is also quite a lengthy article. I'll read a bit from it. Iran will supply gas turbines to Russia. Moscow and Tehran have struck a deal that would see the Islamic Republic selling 40 domestically produced gas turbines to Russia. Now, just think about it for a moment. Prior to this, Siemens, the German company, were providing the equipment to the Russians. Now it is gone. Russia has found a new supplier, and I can bet you the chances of the business ever returning to Siemens is extremely slim. I hope Schultz and that little twit there in Canada, Justin, is happy about this. And then some more. Turkey and Russia launch trading in national currencies. You can stop the thing and read all of that. The short and the sweet is, all trade between Turkey and Russia will now be in local currencies. And I've heard rumors that crypto is also involved. Slowly but surely, the rest of the world is decoupling themselves from the West. And then there was this tweet, Russian finance minister, our market is getting rid of the dollar and the euro. And another nail in the coffin. And then we get to this green shit. Sweden, no zero COVID lunacy, no zero carbon lunacy. The Swedish government threw out the mad greenies. Sky News host Rowan Dean says that the Swedish government basically threw out all the mad greenies and is reintroducing non-renewable forms of energy. They're completely overturning everything to do with the net zero climate policy, he said. They've got sense. Sweden also didn't allow their country and their population to be pulled into that pestilence pothole. And then there's this from Hungary, and it was Moscow that Sputnik that reports. The US poured millions into Hungarian opposition trying to topple Prime Minister Orbán. Read it, think about it, and then think again. And then we get to this one. Look at this image and look carefully. At the top there's Poland on its border. Look how Poland is protecting its border against the immigrants. And then at the bottom is Britain. And look at that. And on that point I have to elaborate a bit. I see that Sunak was now selected or elected or installed or dropped or what the fuck you want to call it as the new Prime Minister, because it's not democracy. He's now the new Prime Minister. And lots of people are asking what is the first he's going to do. Now here is my prediction for Sunak. He's going to activate all those WEF fighters that is already on British soil. Step 2, the UK will be colonized. Goodbye Britain, hello Britistan. And that is what I see in their future. And people has been all over my case on Twitter about my anti-UK tweets that I'm doing. Fact of the matter is, for a hell of a long time, they invaded and colonized countries all around the world. And now it is payback time. And that Liz Truss and Ben Wallace, that's such a big mouth about taking on Russia. They've got an army of 75,000 people. 75,000. That's their army. And they're looking for shit with Russia. Now let me give you a historical reminder. They sent 400,000 troops to South Africa and 20,000 Boere fucked them up. And then there's this little one, info image, that you should read and think carefully about it. Faith without works is dead. Faith alone didn't save Noah. He also had to build the ark. A lot of truth in that. And then we've got this from Breitbart. The free market experiment is over. Time for a reset with Sunak as PM, says top Tory. I cannot believe it that the British public has sat idly around in their homes and houses and wherever and allowed that political cabal to sell them out. And what is this fucking story? Free market experiment is over. So does that sound a lot like democracy to you? And then within the Ukraine. Ukraine issues pension warning to European Union. Ukraine may not have the money to pay wages and pensions unless the European Union speeds up its financial aid, the country's Prime Minister has warned. The most important thing for us is that it comes as soon as possible. We need it so that our financial system can survive. Whether it will come in the form of a loan or a grant is less important. Loan or a grant, less important, they're never going to pay it back in any case. Thank you, European taxpayers. You are looking after the Ukraine well. And then this, quite disturbing. Already hundreds of thousands of dead and the whole war is yet to come. When I said at the beginning of this war that 1 million people would die, someone asked me why so many. More than 300,000 dead. OSINT investigators named real irretrievable losses during the military defense in the Ukrainian army. The irretrievable losses of the armed forces of Ukraine as of October 2022 amounted to 402,000 people, of which 387,000 were killed. Losses among mercenaries and volunteers from Poland and the Baltic states, Romania, amounted to 54,000. 31,240 people were killed. These are the OSINT data, calculated using reports from funeral agencies and extracts from morgues, as well as the results of analysis of the radio, cellular and satellite exchange of forces. People, that is a massive amount of, a huge number. And the West is directly involved in the killing here. But that one Newcon fucker from the US, senator, he did say, we will fight till the last Ukrainian. And here's just the one with a little picture with it. The irretrievable losses of the armed forces of the Ukraine as of October 20 amounted to 402,000 people. 387,000 were killed. Hell of a number. And then there's this. We are not at war with a Russian regime, but with the Russian people. This is what this Ukrainian fucker is saying. We are at war not with the Russian regime, but with the Russian people. 82% of Russians absolutely support military operation in the Ukraine. This phrase explains everything, is the answer to the questions of why the Ukrainian Nazis are hitting peaceful cities and why they are so cruel in action and rhetoric, and why the civilian population is treated so inhumanely in the territories they occupy. And most importantly, if Russia gives up, the Nazis will come to every house because they do not hesitate to say it out loud, that they will kill all Russian children. Guys, I have said it many times. You support this, you really need to go and stand in front of the mirror and look carefully at what you are. Then there's this information. The greatest purveyor of violence in the world. Nothing has changed about America, and if you dare to say that you are shut down. You meant to just talk about Russia, China, Iran, etc. Since the Second World War, the United States government has bombed 21 countries. And here is a list of that 21 countries. China, Korea, Guatemala, Indonesia, Cuba, Congo, Peru, Laos, Vietnam, Cambodia, Lebanon, Grenada, Libya, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, Bosnia, Sudan, former Yugoslavia, Iraq, Afghanistan. Look at that list again. This is what the Americans do. No wonder the rest of the world is picking up so much support and speed to get rid of the Americans. And then this is for all these racist IQ 70, 30% passers on Twitter and on Facebook and so forth in South Africa. AI will replace most jobs. Robots will have selective AI to be an accountant, lawyer, drivers, doctors, salesmen. We still need drone pilots, mechatronics, engineers, coders, VR and AR graphic designers. Drone wars and social surveillance will be our future. But these uneducated racists must understand. The WEF has destined them for the compost heap. Those compost heaps that they're going to use to grow all the worms that we will have to eat. And then there's this graphic, you can just look at it. It's actually quite scary. You are here. And then we get to South Africa. And the poster said, "Dear Lord, are we living in a goon show?" As president, I'll end the colonial system. And that comes from Zweli Mkhize, a man that is facing severe charges for fraud and corruption of the pestilence funds, but he's also in a running to become the ANC president. As president, I'll end the colonial system. What the fuck does he mean by that? And then there's this post from Grego. During the 46 years of apartheid, the government killed 600 people, considered armed and dangerous. This equates to 1 person per month. The ANC, during the same period, killed over 20,000 enemies of the revolution. That is the truth. Their own people, 20,000 of their own people that they killed. And this is just a little bit of information. South Africa farm murders in Russia. And then there it was written out in Russian. Yeah, I don't have a clue what it says, but that's what the guy says. So I believe him. And then we get to that what a fuck thing. And I mean, I have spoken about this previously, about these women that when they protest, they throw their tits and everything into the streets. And I don't know what is the story. And this crowd was standing there screaming like mad fucking people. I looked at the video, I just took a screenshot. And they just shouting. And someone posted. This guy that posted the video said, what the fuck is going on in Spain? And then someone replied and said, they're screaming for dick. Now, you can decide what they were screaming for. And on that note, please hit a like and a subscribe and a share. Don't forget, the likes is extremely important to make the videos be presented more by YouTube to other viewers. Thank you very much.